This is another 6-player fixed card game on Asia 1800s map, and I'm red, the first player in this game. And from what it looks like this time I will be playing for Japan. And the first step I decided to do after capturing Japan is to send the alliance request to everyone, well almost everyone. The black player decided to go for a continent next to me, so I wouldn't like to be friends. I would like to wipe the black player out and take those lands for myself. So at least as of now I'm not sending the alliance request to black. Japan bonus is very small, only 2 troops, which is not enough for me, so I would like to merge it with North and South Korea's to get 4 continental troop bonuses in total. That's actually strange that this time all of the players I sent the alliance requests to accepted them. But I mean, that's really good for me. I usually sent the alliance requests to everyone so they would leave me alone while would be attacking each other. So I would be able to watch the world burn when either safely turtling in my continent and hoarding troops, or drastically expanding and getting those sweet troop bonus. Japan is one of the smallest continents in this map, giving one of the lowest troop bonuses, so I think at this case I would really prefer to get at least one more continent if possible. Though not sure anymore whether it will actually be Korea's. I mean, the yellow player sent an attack request to attack the black player and actually drastically attacked him by himself. So I think an aggressive ally who would be courageously attacking others is what I need. With him the game wouldn't probably stalemate, so it is a really big plus. And then if he's a less experienced player who takes alliances very seriously and doesn't know much about the balance of the game, then he could probably overattack my opponents, giving me an easy win. So if that's correct, then would really be my best ally ever, so I think I will actually let him live, and for another continent I will try to grab Tibet. It's far away from me and could actually be very easily invaded once I capture it, but I mean, let's remember that I'm basically allied with everyone, so I shouldn't get invaded, but even if I get, then it will let me know which players I shouldn't trust, which ones just pretend to be my allies. So it will be a win-win situation for me either way, assuming the yellow player will be as decent ally as I think him to be. Anyway, from I've already seen is that probably the purple and orange players will be the biggest enemies in this game, so ideally it would be the best to end up in the 3-player endgame with them in case they don't suddenly become friends. Then also orange told me to attack black while purple to attack blue, but honestly I'm not sure whether they're serious about that, or would just like that I would get into a conflict with someone, so I just couldn't simply hoard my troops. But at least as of now the yellow player is probably projected to be my best ally, and if I have to attack someone, then it would be the best to attack black. He's the only person I'm not allied with, and to attack some ally over him probably wouldn't be a good idea, even if it's just territories of ones. I want that my allies would think as better of me as an ally as possible. So for example, the purple player told me to attack blue, so what I did is attacked blue's territory in his continent, while what I actually did is just move out my troops from the blue player's continent, and then told blue to attack my territories if he needs to. So at the end both of the players are happy and both of them sent me thumbs up. The purple player is happy that I technically attacked blue, while the blue player is happy that I helped him out to capture his continent by moving out my troops from it. And yeah, from I see is the yellow player is probably more of an aggressive player who looks to expand fast, not hesitating to take less favorable blitz rolls, while not much caring to sustain a strong continent's position. So I think yellow is definitely the type of an ally I really need. Not sure about others yet. The yellow player seems to be going for the biggest continent in this map, China, which would be even giving 7 continental troops. But honestly, with it having so many borders and in the middle of the map, someone would definitely invade him sooner or later, so I don't really care about him drastically expanding, and I think it's even good since because of him being an aggressive player he will be getting rid of my opponents who are technically my allies, but still opponents. I think even though I consider the yellow player my best ally, I think it might be still the most ideal that the orange player prevails over purple, and the blue player over yellow. And then getting to the 3-player endgame they would fight it out with each other while leaving me alone, so I would get an easy win. though not sure yet how much of an aggressive player blue would be, but the orange player seems to be aggressive, at least when it comes to him attacking purple. And oh well, I was about to take out black intending to go for the Indonesia region myself. But now since the blue player brought his troops into it and clearly showed that he wants to go for it, I'm not really sure if I want to take out black anymore. I think I would rather prefer the black player trading an A set and attacking the blue player in Indonesia. Especially after the yellow player just invaded blue into Thailand, so while the blue player would be busy retaliating to yellow to sustain his Thailand position, I could additionally take over Indonesia. Let's actually wipe out the black player from India, so I will be guaranteed the black player placing his troops in Indonesia, so then with black getting Indonesia, I could sorta pretend that I'm fighting with him, so then it would look for blue that I'm taking Indonesia from him. But that's unfortunate that black player actually didn't have a set at 4 cards and just ended up self-destroying himself. And that's even more unfortunate that the player who gets to take out black is purple, as now the orange player won't get rid so easily of him, and then blue player doesn't get extra cards to fight with yellow. But in overall probably still not that bad, as the blue player can still invade yellow, and then since purple is alive, the orange player doesn't get too much power to capture and hold bigger continents alone when nobody would be paying the attention to him, so might be even good, but depends if the blue player actually invades yellow, or just simply recaptures his continent. And alright, that's my boy. I was thinking to start taking over Indonesia, but since it's a good border for the blue player to invade yellow into China and prevent him of getting even 7 troops, I think I will rather capture orange's territory in India or so. What I would like is that I would keep being the player who gets the biggest amount of continental troops. 5 troops for 2 continents are actually not that much, but still the biggest amount in the game, so as long as blue and yellow players take care of each other and as long as orange and purple players take care of each other as well. The blue player is in a terrible position and is about to get destroyed, but as long as he is able to keep invading yellow, I will stick in the alliance and let him live, but after that I will probably take over Indonesia and I will just let him get destroyed by yellow or might even take him out myself. Though I could go with the other way around scenario as well of helping the blue player to deal with yellow, but the yellow player is stronger and at the same time I appreciate the yellow player the most as an ally. I think he could be the player who is most useful for me, so even though I could technically start destroying him, I think I will rather let him live as I really think he is the type of an ally I really need. Though maybe not necessarily, but at least I know that the game with him shouldn't stalemate. I think he is the player who would make the most of attacks in this game. Though I don't really like that he could go super strong when he will be able to hold China. But at least as of now I don't really feel like betraying him. Though if he strongly got attacked by others and became barely alive, then I would eliminate him for an extra 2 troops continent before it would be taken by anyone else. But maybe I'm just playing way too passively in this game. The purple and orange players are the biggest enemies towards each other, so either way it would be the best for me to end up in the 3-player situation with them. But my possible point is that if I take care of yellow, then I could probably switch with the situations with blue. Not that I would be very weak player, but while I and the yellow player would be fighting each other, being left alone he could probably regain the position and might become the strongest player if everyone would let him hold Thailand with Indonesia. So my point in sticking in the alliance with yellow, is that while the purple and orange players are focused on each other, someone could get rid of blue without needing to do any dirty work by myself. So, then I would finally be able to take care of yellow without being afraid that it would be highly benefiting one of the players, or we might just still continue being in the strong alliance, and then the yellow player could possibly overattack orange and purple giving me a win, though when it comes to purple, I would say that purple and yellow are friends with them not guarding borders towards each other, so I'm just not sure how the yellow player would feel about orange. So my 3-player endgame ideal plan is either with orange and purple, or orange and yellow. Though I would be interested to see how the friendliness between yellow and purple would change after the blue player gets eliminated. as obviously now the purple player is busy with orange, while yellow with blue. Now since yellow is able to hold China, I will expand to Indonesia. So I just want that the blue player would trade in a set, or if he doesn't have one, then that the yellow player would crush some more troops of him, so I would get his 5 cards for barely wasting any troops. Also, since now I stepped with my biggest army in Indonesia, I know that nobody without me will be able to get it besides me. So unless stopping being allies with me and intending to crush that army. But that probably only up to the yellow players will, as the orange and purple players are just too weak to do something. They could only invade me into Tibet if wanting. Not sure if I actually liking of having that continent right now, with it being in the middle and without me attacking any of them. They could probably predict that I could possibly be in the alliance with all of them, or that I could just be a very passive player in general, but not that much of a good ally like they would like me to be. I think the yellow player is showing me a strong loyalty by fortifying his biggest army next to orange. So I think I'm sorry orange, but I have to throw you under the bus. As the yellow player, if over-attacking could really give away me the game. Otherwise I would prefer to attack purple. But since I wanted to capture Indonesia to be more balancing out yellow, the yellow player probably wouldn't trust me if after capturing it I would have fortified my army next to him while moving away from the orange player's border. So in this situation I choose the yellow player as the ally I would like to stick in the strongest alliance with. Well, actually it didn't go according to my plan. The yellow player sent the attack request to attack orange, and I really expected yellow to attack orange by himself. But he didn't even invade orange into his continent. So I'm not sure, if he were just gaining more troops than me without wasting much, then it wouldn't be as much beneficial for me. Well, I don't know, Judas, in my mind, I'm betraying my best ally, so I will be guaranteed to be the one who is prevailing in this situation between the both of us, but not vice versa. Actually it didn't go as well as I expected. I expected to would have gotten a better blitz on the yellow player's army, and in overall I thought I would have been much more closer towards totally destroying him, but I even ran out of time to capture more territories of him with my armies in Tibet. So generally I thought my position would look much better, but now the yellow player will trade in a set, and I'm not sure anymore how I feel about my decision to betray yellow. I think it could possibly really backfire me. Well, probably mostly depends on the purple and orange players. But they more look to be as passive players, not that much aggressive, at least towards me. But I mean, I totally flipped the situation around. It was me and yellow as the strongest players who could have teamed up on them, while now orange and purple could team up with each other and destroy us. It's totally up to them, as if they just let me hold the continents and grow strong, then after getting rid of yellow I might become the strongest player again. And I just totally hate doing that, but I just must destroy and get rid of yellow. There's no way our alliance would be rebuilt, and if even he accepted it, he would still hate me the entire game, wanting to destroy me more than anyone else, even if not directly showing that at first. And then again, the purple and orange players are just enemies with each other, so after making yellow mad, why I would rather keep yellow in the 3-player endgame over one of them. It's just a game, but for some reasons I feel really terribly by betraying yellow, absolutely terribly. Even though I see that the situation is still really favoring me, I wish that I would have stayed in the strong alliance with yellow and we together would have dominated the game. I think it would have been much more fun. Or at least I wouldn't feel that bad. At least about myself. But then on the other hand, if I had stayed in the alliance with yellow, then I might have feel bad about him, or myself still, but in the other way. As what I mean is that in the same way I betrayed yellow, he could have betrayed me. Or if he stayed passive gaining more troops than me each turn, then it probably wouldn't have turned out that great for me also. So who knows? After all, I think if our biggest goal is to win, then we just have to go with the decisions which we think are the best for us. Now the orange player wants me to attack purple, while the purple player wants me to attack orange. And I sent the thumbs ups to both of them. but I mean attacking either of them would lead me of losing a great position, and then staying passive would make them both see that I might be not as much genuine as I appear to be. So to solve that, or at least to gain one more turn and buy some time, I decided to specially set my troops in the way which wouldn't lead me of taking yellow out. So neither purple nor orange player would get mad that I'm not attacking their biggest rival, since I would be still busy with the biggest enemy of mine, yellow. Which at this point is too weak to do anything, but I still have to pretend that I'm busy with someone or something, so I will stay away from the purples and oranges conflict, buying as much time as possible. I have to pretend that I'm still dealing with yellow, while in the reality I just could so simply destroy him. Well, now it would just be laughable to not take the yellow player out with him just having few troops left. But I mean, what I can do is just take him out and that's it, buying one more turn before either attacking one of them, or just letting them realize that I'm just a passive neutral player who would just rather see them destroying each other by themselves without needing to do any dirty work by myself. So I will just capture that continent, so the orange player would see it simply as me recapturing my continent, while the purple player think that I'm on his side attacking orange, and especially after me fortifying that army. I actually do not care who gets the second place, they could just fight it out with each other. Well, while the purple player is probably all in on destroying orange, the orange player still stays reasonable and is attacking me, which is obviously the best decision for the balance of the game. So I really appreciate the orange player's attitude, as only first place what matters if you're truly playing to win. So with the orange player actually showing the initiative, the purple player could too, and try balancing the game out as well by attacking me, as otherwise if he keeps attacking orange the winner is very clear looking to the troops counter. When it comes to me, obviously my play to win is to stick in the alliance with a player who takes it too seriously, while seek to attack the player who realize that I'm growing too strong. So just as much unfortunate it sounds for the orange player, it's just how it is. He still tried his best by trying to persuade purple on ending the conflict and starting to attack me. But unfortunately to win the first place is not what's in the purple player's mind this game. So that's a GG. The orange player disconnected and left the game anyway, so I'm taking him first out because the purple player is the last human opponent available. And now for another non-classical map I would recommend you watching this video as well. That's another interesting game with a lot of interesting attacks, diplomacy, psychology and strategy. So make sure to check this one out as well.